All right, to start it off, I think we're gonna start with like a baseline by like choosing the S tier decks, and I think there is a couple right now. I think the decks I would give S tier 2 are Turbo Lost Box and Standard Gardevoir. I don't think I would give it. I was thinking about giving it to Lugia as well, but I'm not sure Lugia is S tier, to be honest. It might be, but I think it's down a tier. So we'll go into the next tier, tier A. So put Lugia, Sablezard. I think all the other Lost Box variants can go here as well. So this is Sky Steel Stone. Actually, Sky Steel Stone. I actually am gonna put in B. It's not bad, but it's just not. Sky Steel Stone isn't bad, but it's just not better than the other Lost Box variants. I think there's like no reason to play Sky Steel Stone. So I'm gonna put it down one more. Guardian Mewtwo V Union is okay. I think it actually is still probably A. It's just worse than the other build of Guardy though. There's kind of like no reason to play the V Union build, I don't think. I think it's just like a worse, like your win rate overall is just like worse. Maybe it's not that bad. We might shift some stuff up on here as well. The Rapid Strike deck actually I think is pretty good. Tier 3. Let's find some bad decks though. Arc P, Arctina. I know it just won, but I think they're pretty like meta call decks. They're pretty situational decks, so like okay. They're not like consistently good. I'm gonna put Arc P and Arctina in tier 3. Like they'll have their moments, but I think especially right now with Guardy countering the Vulpix V-Star, I think the decks are both just kind of meh. But it might just kind of come back around again eventually when people stop trying to counter Vulpix V-Star. Miraidon, C tier. I think Miraidon's very good. I think Miraidon's good. I just don't think. I think Miraidon's good. I just don't think that the meta's good for it. Goodra. Well, I'm going it off like current meta build, so I think Goodra's also pretty bad. Actually, that means I would put these down here, because if Guardy's taking for Vulpix V, I think it's like a big part of your win percentage with these decks. So I think I'm gonna put these down here. I'm gonna put Goodra down in C as well, because Lugia decks have started to run either Duraludon or Duraludon or Single Strike Urshifu. That's what I'm thinking of. So I think Goodra's just a bad player now. And also Sablezard's getting more popular, and Sablezard is also a terrible matchup for Goodra. It's hard for me to not want to put Mew. Especially after playing Mew today, I actually think Mew's like solid. I think it's probably an A tier deck. It's hard for me to like not want to put it there. Meloetta Mew I think is pretty terrible. This might like, I don't know if I have to, maybe I'll get rid of the D tier, to be honest. Maybe 4 tiers is enough. But yeah, Meloetta Mew is like pretty terrible, I think. Like you're unfavored against all the Lost Zone decks. Your Guardian matchup, I don't know about your Guardian matchup, to be honest. Your Guardian matchup is probably unfavorable. Like, yeah, Meloetta Mew is just a terrible deck. I don't know if you beat anything, to be honest. Sanders Control deck, I have that here. Penny Control. It's an A or a B. If people tech for it, it's bad, but I don't think anyone's teching for it right now, so it's probably an A tier deck, to be honest. Arctina, I think is like a solid. It's a B tier deck. And Lost Zone Tina, I think is actually just truly a bad deck. I almost want to put... I'm actually going to put Lost Zone Tina in D tier. I think we could start in D tier with Lost Zone Tina, because I don't think there's any reason. Like, the deck is just a bad deck. It's not like Miraidon, where like Miraidon's a good deck. The meta's just not great for it. Lost Zone Tina is literally just a bad deck. So let's like review this one more time. S tier, Turbo Lost Box and Standard Guardy. A tier is Lugia, Sablezard, Kyogre Lost Box. It's hard to like break all the Lost Boxes down to all their own decks besides Sablezard. Sablezard's pretty straightforward. Mewtwo V Union Guardy, I made that its own tier as well. I think it's probably just A tier under Guardy. It's still like a really good deck. Mew Path, I think I owe that deck a little bit more respect after playing some of the day. I'm not a huge fan of Mew. It does really feel like a Path Judge RNG deck. Like you're literally just like, I feel like Mew doesn't overpower decks anymore. It literally just is straight up a full on RNG deck at this point, like on Path Judge. Like you don't overpower anything anymore because you're Mew. You're just like, all right, Judge Path, pray, repeat. Penny Control is pretty chill. Sky Steel Stone Lost Box, why would you not play a different build of Lost Box, but it's still not terrible. The Urshifu deck is kind of chill, pretty cool. Tina, Arctina is probably just like a worse Judge Path deck. It's like a worse Mew. It's like a worse Judge, but it's not, it doesn't get hard countered by Drapion, so I guess you have that going for you. Arctura, Arcpeak. I think the decks are good, but I think people are teching for them right now. Lugia's got like the single strike Urshifu in there. Guardians are playing like the Mimikyu EX, and this is like just for the where the meta is currently. Like these Arc decks, like obviously they're good decks, but right now in the meta, I don't think I'd play either of the Arc P or Arctur. Like I know Alex just won London, but with the way the meta is shifting and the decks and more decks now having answers to what these decks do, I don't think they're worth playing right now. Melodomew sucks. Gudra, same thing. Like the answers that, I mean, yeah, Guardi getting more popular, bad for Gudra. Sablezar getting more popular, bad for Gudra. Lugia decks playing Dura or Single Strike Urshifu, bad for Gudra. Miraidon, meta hasn't been good for Miraidon, and I don't think it's improving anytime soon. So, and then yeah, the worst deck in the format, Lost Zone Tina, and that is my current tier list post EUIC. I might do another one pre Portland, because that's still a little ways away, and I'll have a decent amount of more time to play quite a few more games. But this is where I'm at right now in the meta, but it'll definitely change up, you know, week to week.